even know why I cut off. I swear I don't. I don't. Patience. I'll title this again later. That's so crazy. Somebody must not like the reading that I gave. It's just the truth. So yeah. So I haven't always been right in the past. I've abused spirituality before. I've abused money, power, people, okay, all types of things or whatnot. And just this life, being reborn as a human is one of the biggest blessings that one could receive. All right, because we have spiritual knowledge and we have the advantage to repent. All right, to repent and to do things right. So I'm going to pull the last card, which is going to be a Cali card. It might be the last card. Let's pull a Cali card. Hello. Okay, I like the name change. I like the name change. Okay. I like the name change. That's crazy because I actually was hi beautiful. I actually was thinking of someone needed to change their name. Like this is the initiation, this YouTube update. Okay? My video just cut off. I don't know why it just cut off. I was doing a live and it cut off. I wasn't even on there that long, but I don't know. So I'm gonna pull a Cali card. Let's pull a Cali card. So is it not Black Goddess Intuitive Healer? Intuitive Heal 1124. Amazing Grace is the new name. Okay? Amazing Grace. All right. Okay, let's pull Cali Oracle. Let's pull from the Cali Oracle. All right, what does the Divine Mother want us to know right now in this energy of being replanted and about our healing garden? What does the Divine Mother want us to know? What is the Wisdom Keeper wanting us to study, learn? What is the new perspective? What is the energy, Divine? Deep. Chamunda. All right. This is a form of Mandurga. Chamunda. Deep. Number 31. All right. So it says, her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arise spontaneously when we do not realize we need it. Sometimes we do not realize just how far we have become entangled in what which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Callie's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for inner and outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. She is with you now. All right. She takes her name from Chanda and Munda, two great demons whom she defeated. Her name is a symbol of gaining power. Her presence indicates that you shall not only overcome an obstacle, but gain complete mastery over the energies that give a rise to it. You shall never be troubled by it again. Chamunda has multiple arms which indicate her divine activity. The skull, the crescent moon, resting on top of a funeral pyre. Form her crown, symbolizing her status as a goddess of death and karmic retribution. Yet she is protective. Her three deeply socket eyes are so intense that they are said to burn away evil in all worlds and dimensions. She provides protection from destructiveness, including gossip and other kinds of black magic, which are not unlike gossip and uses intention, words, and action to work against another's well-being. She is referred to as the queen of her soul tribe, a ancient mother goddess known as Matrikas. She is the only one worshipped independently and only one not connected to a masculine consort. She is the independent, fierce, and unique emanation of the wild feminine Devi and the great divine goddess. She is the expression of Kali, referred to interchangeably with Kali Ma in the Puranas in the ancient Hindu text dated back more than 2,000 years. Okay? The masculine energy can be, whether expressed by masculine or feminine humans, the masculine energy can be healthy or toxic. When it is healthy, it is strong and creative and protective and generative. When it is toxic, it is explosive, dominating, and damaging, and seeking progress at any cost. So in the last reading, we talked about someone has a connection to the light and the dark, right? And it all depends on where you are now, how you're going to look at it. So you had the high priestess in reverse, and then you had the high priestess upright. When we're moving into abundance energy and what you really are calling in, you're getting the high priestess upright. And you got the hermit card in reverse, right? But when we're in the dark energy, is you got the high priestess in reverse, and then you got the hermit card in reverse as well too. So it's like you're isolating yourself, your true self, in order to entertain the darkness. And I told y'all that there is a war that is going on inside of us that is between the devil and the God. Like, period. It's like, what do you want to tap into? So Chamunda is showing up. She is showing up to invite a disruption, and rather than a positive destruction power of Kali mind, it is unchecked demonic destruction of greed. Okay, so someone is being greedy in their manifestations. All right, and spirit knows whether or not you are manifesting something with positive intentions or dark intentions. Okay, are you manifesting something because you feel as if something is owed to your ancestors or something is owed to you or whatnot? Are you manifesting because of that reason, or are you manifesting it for generations to come because you want to clear your ancestral debt, because you want to do this for the spiritual benefit of all, or you just want attention? Deep. Chamunda is worshipped as the ruler of sacred erection. She is the symbolic of her power over masculine energy. When the feminine has been discarded in any way, she will not hesitate to retaliate with fierce compassion, which from the human perspective may seem like chaos. Yet, it is a symbol of her honoring the potential power and creativity of healing masculine energy, facilitating its safe development in the human psyche. Despite her inherited drama intensity, Chamunda is beloved by the heroic heart. She assists us when we need to find strength to overcome the psychological limitations and the inherited to access, integrate, and sustain higher frequency states of being. Chaos. She brings about a permanent structure of change to the psyche using hard work. It requires commitment. However, bullying ourselves into being different or applying more and more willpower only tends to create resistance. Okay, so this is about forcing yourself, right? Everything that you do that involves the divine, it cannot be forced. So you cannot force yourself into devotion. You cannot force yourself to create something. Just like in the dream that I was talking about, I could not force myself to go up these steps. And essentially, like I said, I didn't see me. I just was in the dream. I know that I was having a dream, but I could not sense that it was me and my self energy. So I could have naturally been dreaming as if I was someone else. And I feel as a teacher, maybe I'm forcing, oh, okay, deep. Maybe I'm forcing someone to elevate where they haven't addressed their shadow work. Okay? Because like I said, I went out to try to buy all of these things that I felt that someone could possibly use, and I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them at a decent price. I felt like, okay, if I get this stuff, I'm gonna be getting, y'all, if I'm buying, I would have spent $50 on 5 Florida waters. All right, I'm buying 6 of them, but I would have spent $60 on 5 Florida waters. That's too much. When I went to the store and I bought 10 of them for $40, like, I bought 10 of them for $40, and I also bought other stuff too. Everything I bought came up to $45, and I walked out of the store with, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what I walked out of the store with for $45. Hold on a second. I'm not even done. Like, I literally walked out of the store with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different waters, 2, 4, 6, 6 the Trace Florist, right? And this for $45. When I was like forcing the energy, when I was forcing I was like, I need to find these. Um, cutting into my candle work I got going on over here. I was like, I need to find these because I wanted to send them today. I was like, I want to send it today. So I need to find them. I need to get to moving. I said I was going to send this weekend. And I'm literally like forcing the energy. They wanted me to pay $12 for one bottle. $12 for one bottle of Florida water. And then like these, they were like $20 each. Right? I was like, nah, I never paid that much for that. This was $60. Right? I was like, I'm not buying that. I'm not about to do that. That was me like forcing the energy. And then I just told myself, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be disappointing people. They're gonna be disappointed in me. That's what I kept picking up on. I was like, oh, somebody's gonna be like, well, she said she was gonna send it this weekend, and I didn't get it by whatever day. Then there was another thing too. So I went to FedEx, right? I went to FedEx because there was something that I already had on hand that I needed to send to my sister, right? I go in there. They gave me two different options. They was like, you can get it on Thursday for $16. It'll come on Thursday. Mind y'all, today's Sunday. Okay, 4 days. Thursday, $16. Or you can get it by 8 p.m. on Thursday for $52. I'm like, what's the difference? Both of them is going to come on Thursday. They was like, well, you'll be able to track it. It's FedEx. I'm going to be able to track it anyway. It's FedEx. They was like, but if it get lost, it's not gonna get lost. It's not gonna get lost. But the difference was $16 and $54. So do I want to be able to control, knowing that FedEx ain't never failed me, and I got faith that it's gonna make it. It's gonna still get there on Thursday. So this was all about patience, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let Divine just handle it. When the guy see me buying all this, he was like, oh, what is this for? Like witchcraft? And I'm just like, nah, it's the block witchcraft. It's the block witchcraft. Like the attitude in me was like, calm down, Kimosabi. Calm down. Why? Because from the beginning, like this is me remembering that I'm choosing the light energy. So Chamunda is behind me. My deities are behind me. My high power ancestors, the ones that I've been doing this work for, that I literally been working with, that I know that I don't owe them nothing. They don't owe me nothing. They just want me to live happily, right? I know that they're behind me. They're gonna make sure I have everything that I need. They're gonna make sure that I'm able to give my team, the ones, my destiny helpers, what I said that I wanted to give them, what spirit put on my heart to give them, everything is gonna arrive in time. Everything is gonna arrive in time. Like everything is gonna arrive in time. Y'all don't even understand how to mail. Listen, I started looking. I was looking at like how long stuff take in the mail. I was on their website for so long, right? I was like, let me go see if they have some jobs. Like, let me go see if they got a job at the post office. Because if I get a job at the post office, I'm gonna literally be at the post office. I'm gonna be able to send people stuff on time all the time. I was like, I'm so silly. I am so silly. But this is all spiritual tests. Okay, this is all spiritual tests. It is more of a case of applying wisdom, finding the balance between persistence, determination, and compassion, rest and release, so we can integrate and rebuild from within. For some personality types, taking rest can require so much discipline as engaging in activity. It's so hard to rest, y'all. It is so hard to rest. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You also changed your name as well, too. Okay? You also changed your name. I'm loving this. Okay? I think you changed your name. Yeah. I'm looking at y'all profile pictures. Definitely. So it says that learning to move between the two as appropriate takes strength and wisdom. Mastering the balance to nudge ourselves forward on our path and facilitate change, but not so much as we feel defeated even when we gain traction and advance inner work. So that's the YouTube new update. So what does it do? It changed your name? I changed my name a long time ago. What's my name? Let me go comment and see what my name is. Her presence, okay, so Chamunda's presence in a reading is a potent of a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path. The healing of masculine energy and the protection of sacred feminine within your heart. So this is definitely, okay, so control is a masculine, these are old names. I think my name always been Intuitive Mom, huh? Has it? I think so. Oh. I play too much. I'm so crazy. I play too much. So the Divine Mother wants us to heal the masculine. I've never seen another one for you. It's so crazy. I was actually going to change my name when I was receiving the message of like changing your name and stuff. I was going to change my name because I'm like, am I supposed to change my name? And then I start going through like, what would I name my channel or whatever the case is? And then I was like, nah, it's Intuitive Mom. I really wanted to change it to like High Priestess something, but I was like, nah, nah. Nah. Ah. Ah. Priestess, Intuitive Mom. You are the mother. I get that. I get that. I am the mama and the auntie. Intuitive Mom, auntie. It's funny, like everybody online call me Intuitive Mom, but then like everybody in person be like auntie. But I think auntie is more of a form of respect for where I be at. But yeah. So Chamunda being behind us is to know that like you have spirit, you have divine spirit behind you, right? You have you it's I'm so annoyed. But I guess this is new energy. Let me not say I'm so annoyed, but the first live literally like cut off. Right at the end of the reading, of the other reading, the live cut off. And then this one I came right in reading Chamunda's energy and well reading the Divine Mother's energy, and it's just like I guess this is where we're moving into. Like this is a new perspective of not knowing that, not knowing. I guess that is right there. The not knowing the steps that are necessarily supposed to be taken, and then also I needed to come on and say something about having patience, okay? Like about having patience. And Goddess Lakshmi introduced herself to me yesterday. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yes. You and that, listen, now that you're intimidated at the same time. I was amazed and intimidated at the same time. This is the crazy part right here too, right? This the divine mother, this is her time to step on this earth. This is, I don't want to say like step onto this earth, but like introduce herself to us. When you're doing your spiritual work and you are in alignment, right? The deity, I'm talking in deity form here. The deity will reveal herself to you like clear as day. Like that is so beautiful, and that is like, that's something that we should strive to see and to get to. Y'all know I talk about like the relationships that I have with deities and with divine or whatnot, right? The relationship that I have with deities. And I love when I meet deities. Like, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm always shocked and amazed and intimidated at first. And then it becomes, yes, baby. Hi, baby. Yes, he my baby. Hi. I'm always shocked and intimidated. And it's so crazy because like I watch a lot of spiritual let me not say a lot, but I watch spiritual channels, and they it's a lot of fear based. AC, you can't get up here. You can't get up here. It's not happening. It's not happening up here. I met her. Brahma and Vishnu. They were back to back. Okay. Um, that's deep. That's really deep. Vishnu Krishna, he always come around and present himself to people. Ace, no. Okay. He always come around and present himself. You got to continue to do your devotional work. But like I was saying, it's a lot of things that's on the internet that is like fear based, and they will try to tell you like you're not meeting the deity, you're not meeting like this is a lower entity or something like that. I'm telling you, like, everybody has their own relationship, like literally have their own relationship with spirit, like with divine, with the deities. And that's what I was saying in the last video. The initiation that we're taking, the things that we're doing, I literally have been putting on the community tab, like, y'all, do not rush the energy. If you rush the energy, you will entertain like low vibrational energy. And low vibrational energy is fear based. It is stagnation. It's procrastination. It's just praying and being like, okay, I just want anybody to show up. Just anybody show up. Just give me a sign. No, don't worry. Don't even pray for a sign. Listen, don't even pray for a sign. Do not pray for a sign. Not pray for a sign, because if you pray for a sign and you're not actually doing the work, you're going to get a sign. You're going to get a sign. Now, who the hell that sign come from? We don't know. But you know whether or not you're doing the work. You know whether or not you're doing the work. Okay? So this is like, just pray to be one with the divine. Almost like an initiative into, it's almost like an initiation into Hinduism. It is. It is not like, it is. It is a initiation. It is initiation. It's an initiation into tantra, into a new way of living. A new way of living. And this is exactly what I was talking about in the last reading. Y'all check out the last reading where I say, like, it's been heartbreak, it's been disappointments in other religions, and it's been promises made. It's everything doesn't always just fall on the pastor, the priest, and the people that's in the church, and the gurus. Everything don't fall on them. Like, what part of you were too trusting and then also desperate? What part of you was desperate? That's the part that we release. Thank you so much, Chamunda. That's the part that we release. That part that was desperate for an answer, that was desperate for spiritual gifts, that was desperate for initiation. You're like, I just want to be initiated into anything. And then boom, you get initiated with the ancestors that you're like, God damn it, what y'all, all y'all do is fight. All y'all do is fight. Or every that's all y'all do is fight. That's not divine. That's not divine. Like, so we're never celebrating. We're never, okay, yeah, we won that war. Now we about to go into a whole nother war too. No, that's not divine at all. And that's what spirit wants you to realize, is that we've been through so much that we now deserve something that is peaceful. That's peaceful, you know. And there's gonna be little triggers. There's energy still out there. I can feel it. I know that it is. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I know it is. I'm so grateful for my Durga. She accepts me, and I was introduced to her first. Tears of joy. My Durga is still with you too. And that is the thing with being initiated, right, into your true spiritual calling, your true spiritual home, is to know that everything is divine. All right, everything is one. It's all one. Y'all, this is the part right here where I be like, how sway, right? This is the part right here. But I'm not to question it. Even the darkest, when I read my my spiritual books, and they say that, you know, Vishnu manifested as, so Vishnu and Lakshmi, they are consorts to each other, right? And they never had any children until they reincarnated. They never had any children until they reincarnated into other avatars, right? They were never they're together, but they balance each other out. But when Lakshmi first came up out of the ocean, what she did was she went into Krishna's, into Vishnu, not Krishna, into Vishnu's body. And she said, she went to his navel, and she said that I will always be with you. Meaning, whenever he took an avatar down here, because this is heaven. Whenever he took an avatar down here on earth, which he had to, because he's the preserver. How can you preserve an earth that you don't even walk, right? So, yeah, my water just did a doo-doo-doo, like as if somebody was pouring it, okay? I have a water machine, and it just literally just poured on its own, okay? And when she promised that she will always be with him, because if he's the sustainer and she's the goddess of wealth, the whole promise to us humans down here is that we will sustain life on earth as long as we remain abundant and we know our true abundance. So this is why divine pushes us into being creative, into being abundant, into giving life, into, you know, creating knowledge, not creating knowledge, but teaching knowledge, sharing our knowledge, generational wealth and stuff like that. These things that come to us, they're all from divine. And the more that we create, the more abundant we will be. the more that we sustain the earth, that we pay back our 5 great debts, right? We take care of our ancestors, we take care of our gods, we take care of, other humans, um, the other life out here. And as long as we're taking care of our 5 great debts, right? Spirit has promised us that I will always help you and continue to make you abundant. So when we're doing those things, even when we don't know that we're doing those things, boom, we get, like I said, there is somebody that is literally wishing that they're able to teach spiritual, they're able to teach spiritual um crafts and knowledge, that they're able to continue to share their knowledge. That's being abundant spiritually. That was the very first manifestation that I ever asked Spirit was can you use me as a vessel? And Spirit was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. Then I kept having dreams about being left on a ship. Like the ship is sailing off and I'm being left on the earth. And I'm like, where is this ship going? And it just takes me back to, like, Moses. Was that Moses that had to round up the animals onto Noah's Ark? Okay. Like, it just takes me back to that. And I'm like, did Noah's Ark leave me? And it was like, well, you asked to be used as a vessel. You didn't ask to be on the vessel or to join the vessel or to be the vessel. Well, to be the vessel. I asked to be the vessel. So to be the vessel, which is the boat, that means that I am literally taking people from one place to another place. So in order to take them, I have to have some type of direction. I'm like, so I'm not the elephant, I'm not the sheep, I'm not the sailor, I'm literally the boat. They're like, you're literally the boat. Bitch, you're literally the boat. And then there's God that's like, let me draw the boat. Okay, and then that's where we are. And this is what I'm getting, that other people are praying for. Now, however you use that, that's where that free will comes in at. That's where free will comes in at. And it's like, are you going to use these gifts, these initiatives, these initiations for good or for bad? Like, what are you going to do with them? You got the high priestess in reverse and you got the high priestess upright. Which way you want to go? Because you can do it whatever. But I'm telling you, like, the more that you work with the high priestess in reverse energy, and you're not taking what you learn from other lifetimes, because all we do is reincarnate and come back on here. We're not meeting anybody different. Okay? I'm a different human being that y'all met this lifetime. The person that y'all remember from the past, I probably taught y'all bad magic. I probably taught y'all how to do some things, how to get some money, how to take over kingdoms. Okay? I know what I did in the past life. I know who I was in the past life, and I acknowledge that. But in this lifetime, I'm like, nah, we going to God. We're going to God. We're going to the divine. We're going to Mother. That's intuitive mom. That's who I am. I'm not just plain Robbie. I'm not Cocaine Canada. I'm not Maya Alexis. I'm not none of that. I'm intuitive mom. I'm the one that has insight from past life, and I'm gonna nurture us back to health. Like, period. I'm gonna nurture us back to health. I'm not gonna teach y'all. I just, I can't say I'm not gonna teach y'all certain things. I mean, the things that I do teach, people take it and they do whatever they gonna do with it. But I can't promise you that you're not gonna get karma. I think that me, myself, I have shown y'all that it doesn't matter which way that you go. You're gonna experience karma. You're gonna experience some type of karma, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whatever it is, right? I think that I've shown that. I've also read myself on here and told y'all that everything I teach, it comes from experience. It's not out of a book. It's not out of anything. It's all from experience. And if I'm telling y'all that you got to still work a 9 to 5, You have to work a 9 to 5 if you're doing spiritual work. You gotta work some type of 9 to 5 because Saturn, if not, Saturn gonna eat your ass up. Get a job. Get a job. Even if it's part-time, even if it's some, and when I say 9 to 5, I'm not saying you got to put in 40 hours of work. You can put in 28 hours of work. I don't know, whatever benefits you, but you have to get a job. You can't just, if you think that your whole job and your whole life is being spiritually led, you cannot just be out here doing tarot readings. You can't just be out here doing tarot readings. You can't. It's so much karmic back into that. It's not enough. It, it's not enough praying that's happening. Like, let's be real. It's not enough praying that's happening. Okay? Being patient. I've been applying and taking action. That part. Being patient, applying and taking action. I just heard that from a job perspective as well too. So somebody could definitely be applying for some jobs and there's gonna be some action that's taken. And that's the other thing too. Like when we're manifesting and we're asking spirit for stuff, don't just ask spirit for like spiritual things. Some of the people that we owe debts to, they're in our workspace. Some of the people that we're supposed to help get some type of justice, some form of justice, they're in our workspace. They're at the hospitals that we work at. They're at the restaurants that we work at. They're in the schools that we work for. You get what I'm saying? Like there's kids out there that we have to help that's just not being able to be reborn because they spent so many years in hell. And I'm talking about real hell. I'm not talking about like, like there's new souls, new energy that we're helping. The newcomers, the generations to come, we're helping them because they're just now being able to be reborn. Somebody could be the age of 14 that you're helping, right? And you like, that generation, they're lost, they're this. Well, guess what? In a past life, they wasn't able to be born into, what is this, 2011. Is that 14? I think 2011 would make them 14, right? They wasn't able to be born into 2011 because they had to go to the purgatory. They had to go to hell. Then after they went to hell, they had to go in front of God and say, you know what, God, I repent for my sins that I did, that I committed with Alexis in the past life. Alexis, me. Right? I'm using myself as an example. Because let me be real and just use myself. I'm not going to use anybody else. I'm using myself. Yeah. I help her rob a whole kingdom. I help her set that fire and kill that whole family off. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing because that's some shit that I did in the past life. Yes, I literally destroyed families. Yes, I literally lied about whatever the weather was. And I said, oh, it's not going to rain today. Guys, it's going to be sunny. And then a whole motherfucking hurricane come through because there's nowhere for these people to go. I literally seen the weather system all break down. And it was nowhere for these people to go. So I cleared out literally a whole city. It was a flood that came through. Like, these are karmic. A whole family has died because I have literally set up and said, it's gonna be sunny with zero chance of rain. And people are looking outside like, damn, that look like a motherfucking rain cloud to me. But you know what? I trust Alexis. She's been on the news for 20 years. And so, yeah, while I'm sitting somewhere in a remote location, just saving myself and saving my family. I'm not telling nobody that this is happening. Okay? I literally have been a doctor and it was like, this patient don't have insurance. Okay? So I had to go to, I know that I've experienced different levels of hell. Different levels of hell. Whether it was getting my fingernails pulled out, whether it was me getting pinched, whether it was me dying early on, constantly. You get what I'm saying? I know that I experienced levels of hell. I know what I've done. And I admit to those things. I'm not exempt from those things. So now when I'm reborn with these people, right? I can't say, oh, that person only 14, they're dumb, they're stupid. Like, I'm with my kids. My own kids is a part of my past life karma as well too. Your kids are your karma. My own kids is part of my past life karma. And I have a 16-year-old that is teaching me every day to do the right thing. The Virgo is teaching me every day to do the right thing. And then I have a 10-year-old. And then I lost my 16-year-old. So now I have another 16-year-old, and I'm sitting up here thinking like, oh my goodness, is my baby, like, this is the fearful energy. But I'm like, no, I'm living right now. I'm living right now. It's nothing I can do to change the past. It's nothing I can do to change the past. All I can do is think about the future. That's it. That's all we can do is think about the future. And you think about the generations in front of us. These are the wisdom keepers. So this is what this card is about. The wisdom keepers. All right? Ancient stonework. We live thousands and thousands of years out here. Now it's time for us to have a new perspective on religion. It's time for us to have a new perspective on what devotion, what love, what really studying with divine means. Not what people put on the internet and they say, well, if you chant these mantras, you're going to hell. Bitch, chant a mantra. Chant a mantra. Please, chant it. Please chant a mantra so you can have the level of awakeness that us that have already experienced hell know what it really is. Anybody that takes you off of your religion path because of whatever they experience in whatever religion path, because it all leads to God. It all leads to God. If they say, well, you know what, these Christians this, these Christians that, they literally have not repented. They haven't repented. They're still lost in the sauce and being drained by low vibrational entities. That's what they're doing. They want you to go to the dark side, because anybody that truly knows, like, when you meet certain deities, them deities will take you by the hand and they're going to take you through every aspect of your life. Not all in one day. Not all in one day. It's all about continuing on with your devotion. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these altars that we build, about the space, the sacred space that we have, whether the space is in here or it's a physical space. It does not matter. You can live in a 1-bedroom apartment. You can live in a studio apartment. And where you have your altar is also where you have your bed. You don't have a door to the space or anything like that. That's something that's I don't know how to explain it, but like, that's something that we're judging. Like, as humans that we're judging. But in reality, the altar is here. It's here, And when I first came on, like I said, Spirit was pointing at my altar behind me. Then they're pointing at the altar over there. And they're just telling me constantly with the dowser rods, telling me like, you got it. I accept that. I hear that. I feel that. I feel the love. Like, don't psych yourself out of anything. Okay? Don't psych yourself out of anything. Being patient. Okay? Applying. From a wounded space with repressed energy. Exactly. She said, I woke up for this message. I love when it happened too. So yeah. Let's get some angel numbers. I haven't pulled these in a while. Thank you so much, Divine. Can you give me confirmation with some angel numbers? 666. Isn't that a number? 666. Reflect. Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a change to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift. You need a mental shift towards greater optimisms, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and your inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Limitless potential. Okay, 0000. That's the number I've been seeing too. Like all zeros, just zeros everywhere. And it says reset, relaxation, and unknown surrender. Finish line, success and victory. It serves as a timely reminder that everything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, then there's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in your possession, if something is in the possession of another, it is also available to you. Try to remain calm. What is meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. Anything that's in possession of me can also be attained by anybody else. 2222. Feminine forces. Relationship, balance, prosperity, effectiveness, patience, and humanity. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people. Do not judge. Do not judge and listen. I'm telling y'all, listen. Oh man, 111. Intuition, moderation, patience, flow, clarity. 111 and 1111 at the bottom of the deck. So it says moderations, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. Time to implement long cherished ideas. You are on the right track towards making your dreams and vision a reality. The right people and circumstances and resources are being sent your way. Destiny helpers. Okay. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. And then in the spiritual realm, that's happening in the spiritual realm is 1111. Wishes come true. Moderations, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestations, gateway, and taking action. You are in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, and an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. Look at that. And then 6666. So we have 666, 111, and 1111. And then double. Look, double down. What's this 6666? Great blessings, self-love, boundaries, needs, good vibes, wisdom, and understanding, but letting go. Nurture yourself, your needs and desires and boundaries. Let go of things that are wearing you down. Make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit to all areas of your life. That's big love, opportunities, and job need to squeeze. Oh, yeah. That big love opportunity or a job needs to squeeze in somewhere. You know, when you're manifesting, it's all about it's literally when you manifesting and you talking to the divine and you asking divine to give you a blessing of some sort. It's all about your words, your intention too, right? But your words, like what comes out of your mouth. And you don't have to say like, I've never, let me just back this up. I ain't never said I want anything that anybody else have. Never. Ever. Ever in my life have I said I want that person. I want to be like that person. Because I don't know what people really go through. I do know what people really go through. But I don't ever want to walk in anybody's shoes. Okay? Got my own spiritual journey. So you can say something along these lines like me, you know, just whatever you ask for, just make sure that you are properly ready to receive it. Make sure that you're properly ready to receive it. Don't go asking for the gifts of mediumship, right? Don't go asking for a gift of mediumship, and then when you see a ghost, you like, what the hell? Somebody trying to attack me. No, that, it's channels. It's channels to mediumships and stuff. Whenever I ask for the gift of mediumship, I asked that I didn't want anybody that had that's not rested. I don't want nobody that's not rested to come into my energy. Like I can't even call on them. I can't call on them. I remember when I did this mediumship for this guy. His name is Robbie too, right? My name is Robbie, but his name is Robbie. He had got killed, and I did a mediumship for him. I was getting ready to do the mediumship for him. I ended up doing it, but I was getting prepared for it. So anytime I'm gonna do a mediumship, when I talk to the person and I tell them to give me a couple days, right? Give me a couple days because I gotta consult with my spirit team. And it's so crazy because this is, has Sakai already passed? Yeah, I think Sakai. No, Sakai hadn't already passed. So, in regardless, yeah, I don't do mediumships with Sakai. Well, kind of now I do. But before and still, my spirit guide, Ben, right? Ben. Sakai is a different vibe when it comes to certain things. Like he's really helping me find healing family line, right? But my spirit guide, Ben, I asked him like, hey, can you call up this soul and see if it's the right time for me to channel this person in or whatever, right? And Ben told me, when I get ready to channel the energy, that I didn't need to be on the road. Like I didn't need to be driving. I didn't need to be driving. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like that was the message that I got. Like, don't be driving. Y'all, the day of the mediumship, I remember I was coming up. It's a street called Kirkwood. That's always Kirkwood always have construction on it. It's like it's never fixed. It's never fixed. It's so bumpy. It's never fixed. They always got construction on it. I'm like, when the hell is this street gonna be fixed? They've been working on it for at least 20 years. All right. I've been down here 18 years. They've been working on it since I lived over here, right? And I'm driving up Kirkwood, and I just kept seeing 917. That was the guy's birthday, 917. I kept seeing 917. And on all license plate. And out of nowhere, I'm like driving crazy up Kirkwood. And I'm like, why am I driving this fast? Why am I driving this fast and this ridiculous, right? So I ground myself and I say, Spirit, listen, I don't need no tickets. So slow me down. Wherever I need to get to, I don't need to get there today. And so the girl, she calls me and she was like, hey, I'm gonna have to reschedule the she was like, I want to reschedule the reading because whatever the reason was. And I was like, I told her, I said, well, I was like, I really don't like to reschedule mediumships. Like once I have it set, like this is the date and the time that I'm meeting with this energy. This is the date and time that I'm meeting with this energy. It sounds crazy, but it's a meditation process for me. It's a meditation process so that the spirit doesn't get in my body. So this is about asking for certain things. Now, I had just went through a process of protection so that spirits do not get into my body. Like, I don't get possessed by a spirit, right? So I just went through a process. Like, not too long before this, I had just went through a process with my god mom. And so that spirits will not get into my body. I will not become possessed by a spirit. It's a scratching of some sort, right? And so she was like, I needed to reschedule. So I was like, I don't really want to reschedule. And she was like, well, can you push the time back because it's something with her baby, right? Something with her baby. She was like, push the time back. So I was like, all right. Now, I also don't work under certain moons, like doing mediumships. These are all things that I learned along the way of not doing. It was a trial and error. I learned along the way. And so we ended up pushing the reading back late at night. It was late at night. Y'all, everything under the sun that this man, like, he like Whataburger. I don't like Whataburger. I went to Whataburger. I'm like, I'm sitting in Whataburger line and I'm like, why am I at Whataburger? So I called her and I said, hey, we need to do this reading because I need to get this spirit out of my energy. And like, I'm not possessed or anything, but I could feel him in my energy. Like, he had so much to say. And I just kept hearing it. And I kept hearing it all day. All day. I kept hearing all the messages that he wanted to say. And it had a lot to do with, like, when he came through, my spirit guy was like, when he came through, he talked. And my spirit guy had told me, like, he got a lot to say. I end up, so this guy had got killed. Now, mind y'all, I told y'all, I said I don't want to channel energy that's not rested. He was rested. He wasn't angry. He actually came through with a lot of jokes and shit too. He was very funny, very funny. But and that's how she knew it was him, when I was channeling and I was talking and I was saying the things that I was saying, which I can't remember half of the stuff that I said because it's a channeling process, right? Just like when I do certain readings, I don't remember half of the stuff that I say because it be spirits talking. And so I end up telling her some information and she was like, did he know the people that killed him? Well, of course he know the people that killed him. He's in the spirit realm, right? Of course he know the people that killed him. And so he was like, yeah, but he didn't want her to get involved. So she was like, she want to help solve the case. He had got killed. It's so crazy. I did the reading for her, and then I did the reading for his sister. This was the baby mama, and I did a reading for the sister. Neither one of them knew the details of the case. But with the girlfriend, it was a warning coming through for her to stay away from particular friends of his that were still coming around. It's a setup. And so I told her, I said, something with the number 3, the case to be solved either in 3 weeks, or 3 months, right? And I was like, something along that line. And within that time, you needed to stay away from the names that he was given, right? And so the case ended up getting solved in 3 weeks because of a clue that I gave her. And she ended up turning it over to the authorities. The authorities went and investigated. And the next thing I know, I seen it on the news that they had found out who the killers was and that they had made an arrest. And it turned out to be like one of his friends was involved, right? Which was a friend that was coming around to see what she knew about it. And so the sister ended up calling me and giving me the update on it and stuff. And she was like, that's so crazy. She was like, because she told me, I allow people to record all readings, all channels and stuff like that, right? So after that, I'm like, okay, cool. But Spirit, don't do that no more. I'm good. I like solving crimes. I like doing cases. But the energy was so... I could have got a ticket that day. I could have got into a crash that day. I'm not going to put my life online. And I'm telling y'all this because don't put your life or your family life on the line to have some type of spiritual experience. Period. There was another time where I was watching the news and it was this guy that was missing. It's so crazy. This is so crazy. My husband's, he was so mad at me. He was so mad at me that I did this. It was this guy that was on the news that was missing. And they said that they could see him walk onto a street and then he just vanished. That was his last whereabouts. Well, on that street, there was a funeral home. There's a funeral home that's linked to some bad people in Houston, right? Some money pirates. Look, some money pirates in Houston. Man, rappers, all of that. They link to them. And so I had my dowser rods in my hand. For some reason while we were watching the news, which is something that I don't do anymore. Anytime that I watch the news, I don't have any type of divination, nothing in my hand. Like, I'm only want to watch the news for the weather. Like, that's what I really want to watch the news for. But I seen that this guy was missing. And I asked Spirit, like, can you show me where this guy is, right? Y'all, I use my dowser rods and I literally exit right where it took me, told me to exit, like they told me to get off, got off the freeway, told me to make a left, made a left, went up the street, and they just kept pointing to the funeral home, like on the street. This information was not on the news. I'm saying that there was a funeral home on the street because I went to the street. Later on, they say that, that's where he had his funeral at. Once his body was recovered, down the street from the funeral home, there was a big empty yard. That was a lot, a big empty lot. And his body was discovered over there. But the funeral home had offered to cover the funeral for free. And it was on the news and whatnot. But I had got information like that his body was already there. Like he had ended up getting kidnapped. He was kidnapped, tied up, and they say that it was a robbery. It was like a famous photographer that was from Houston or whatnot. And they said that it was like a robbery. Somebody tried to rob him. And so, but I got information that, from Spirit that he was already in the funeral home beforehand. As if, somebody took him to the funeral home, did something to him, and then dumped his body down the street. And then the funeral home offered to cover the funeral service, which didn't make sense to me. Like, they don't do that. They don't do that. It's weird. It was all weird. It was like a little setup or whatnot. So these are things that I'm telling you, like, this was early on in my spiritual thing. Look, I'm talking about a spiritual thing. Like early on, and this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to work my gifts. Then I was like, nah, let me not do that. That was very dangerous. If y'all would have seen me, y'all would have been like, this bitch over here jumping gates and shit. Like, unprotected. Nobody with me. Just me by myself. Being Indiana Jones. Like, Kim Impossible. I don't know who the fuck I think I am. Then I'm like, what if they have cameras? Oh my God, what if they have a dog over this gate? My dumb ass then jumped this damn gate with my damn dowser rods. All I brought was the dowser rods. I ain't bring no gun. I ain't bring no stun gun. I ain't bring no knife. Like, I'm so damn stupid. So these are things that, I just wanted to see, like, what would I have did if I had discovered the body? Nothing. Told somebody, and then they come after me. I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. I couldn't see inside the window anyway. That the windows was blacked out. They was like blacked out. You couldn't really see inside of the They had like them little crystal glasses type things. But these are things that I just wasn't thinking clear. I wasn't thinking clear. So when you're asking for like spiritual, I don't know nobody else that asks for crazy shit like that, but or do anything. Let me not say crazy shit like that, but like do anything with that. You know, don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. Do not do that. Be like, Alexis did that already. She already jumped the fence. She already did that. You know, you can ask for spiritual gifts to help you solve crimes or whatnot, but just make sure that you're going to solve the crimes with them. And this is not a crime if somebody is like cheating on their boyfriend or cheating on their girlfriend. That's you need to mind your business. I need to retwist my hair. You need to mind your business. Like, they know. They know. Look, they know. You can tell them and then, you know, see how they work that out. I've been having these scratch offs forever. I still haven't scratched them. Probably a millionaire. Sitting up on 30,000. I ain't even about to scratch them. I'm gonna go to the store and just scan them. So yeah. So right now, we need to be seeing how we can connect with our divine team. Look at that, the sun. Do not abandon your spiritual path if things seem as if it is going very slow. All right. Do not abandon it if things seem like they're going very slow. Just, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say ask spirit to speed stuff up because no, that's not how that goes. Okay? Just do more. Just do more. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Everything that I did to advance my third eye, to open my third eye, to receive, it was mantras. That's the only thing that worked for me. Mantras. That's it. Mantras. And the more that I practiced the mantras, the more I wanted to read, the more I wanted to learn. You can't just do the mantras without reading. You have to read. You have to learn. You have to become a little bookworm. Okay? Like, buy a book. Buy a book. I recommend this book. It's so funny. I was talking to Amazing Grace on the phone, and she was like, she said something about the milk, the honey, and something else. And I actually had this book in my hand. It's called Milk, Honey, and Grapes. Simple Hinduism Concepts for Everyone. This is the Sri Yantra that's on there. Okay. I recommend this book. I'm always going to recommend this book. Ask Your Angels. I'm always going to recommend this book. Ask Your Angels. This is, if you work with angels, which we all do, we all work with angels. If you work with angels or you talk about Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, any type of angels, you want to tap into your Akashic records or you work with your ancestors, ask your angels. This book is always recommended. I recommend this book too. The World of Angel Numbers. I do. I actually recommend this book. This book is written by Mo Nicole. I got this off of Amazon, but I found this lady on YouTube maybe a couple years ago. I found this lady on YouTube and I bought this book. This is her. She has a that's her, Mo Nicole. She has a YouTube page. I don't know what her YouTube page is, but I'll probably kind of. Let's see if she have her YouTube page in here. She does not. But this is a divine feminine guide to the world of angel numbers. I recommend this book. The Bible Gita, y'all. The Bible Gita. I don't have it in here because it's on my dresser. I have one of them in here, but this is a good book too. Mother Mirror, the Mother. My sister introduced me to this book. This is a great book. This is a living avatar. We are so lucky to have a living avatar on this earth, Oman Durga. Okay, we are too lucky. We are too lucky. I'm trying to hit the lottery so that I can go to Germany and visit her, or I'm praying to God that she comes here. This one too. Okay, Shanti Mantras. This is a book of mantras, but it also gives you like there is what is it called? I don't know how to. There's stories in here. There are stories inside of this book, and then this one too. But this one is complicated. This one uses a lot of words that's complicated. You need a dictionary. Look, you need a Hindu dictionary to break this down, unless you like just know the words. Unless you know the energy. Look, you know the words and the energy. This one is kind of complicated, but this is easy. This is easy. This is extremely easy. This is extremely easy. Okay. What up, Mom? Hope all is well. I lost my mom 4 years ago. You lost her physically. She's never really gone. This is a book I recommend to you. If you physically lost anybody, ask your angels. If you physically lost anybody, this is the recommended book. Right here. There's another book too. It's called Divine Contracts. Divine Contracts. It is by Carolyn Myers. Mayes, I think. Mays, Carolyn Myers. That's a good book. She also wrote another one which is called Alchemy of the Spirit. That's an awesome book too. And then Queen Afua's book, which is what's her book called? Oh my goodness. She got Know Thyself, and then she has, let me look it up. Sacred Woman Journey. I couldn't even get to it. Sacred Woman Journey. Those are awesome books as well too. The Sacred Woman Journey. That was the very first journey I went on. Now, the thing is with the Sacred Woman Journey, right? The thing is with the Sacred Woman Journey, it is a lot of guidance towards Orisha practices, okay, and ATR religion. It's a lot towards that. Now it is really focused on like energy in itself, like cleanliness and devotions. But like I said, everything leads to God. So the Sacred Woman Journey, it really did teach me how to clean up, how to, like, when certain chakras are blocked, they're blocked because the closet is dirty, because the dresser drawers is dirty, because the altar is not properly set up with the right energy. Like, you can't have Kali Ma statue next to Lakshmi statue. You need to have some space in between them, because there are two different types of energy. And when you do placements, now Sacred Woman Journey don't talk about Kali Ma or Lakshmi or anything like that. That book don't talk about that. However, everything is divine. So when you're looking at the energy, as don't have the fire next to the water. Okay, don't have the candle next to the water. There needs to be some groundedness in between there. So you have the stone in between the water and the fire. So this is how the altars is set up and stuff. So just kind of showing you the idea behind that, and looking at everything as if it is energy aligned, as opposed to, like, let me just set this up like this. Woo, 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 woo. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's it for the night. It's 12:53. I did my mantras already. That is it. So yeah, we talked about, in the other reading, we talked about there's a couple things that came out in the reading, like, just like people still wanting to contact you, connect with you, but not having access to you. So they're using other people's energy, other people's dream state to try to reach out to you. It's a no. It's still a no. It's still a no. We're working on our spirituality and stuff like that. And I talked about the dream that I had with the steps. So taking the leap out on faith. Don't worry about, ideally, you think that you don't have all the necessary steps or the tools to go talk to Big Dog God, to talk to divine. You think, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have my altar set up like this. This is the altar. Okay, this is the altar. So don't feel lost and confused if you don't have the 1,000,001 things that Alexis have on her altar. Don't feel that way. So yeah, congratulations. You guys have initiated. And I'm excited. I hope that I continue to see you guys in my dreams, in school. And nobody can walk this path for you. Nobody can do this for you. You are the wisdom keeper. I'm going to get one more card before I go. I'm going to get one more card. Because we started off with the wisdom keeper. Okay. Let me see. What is a question? It's so much. All right, I found the question. What gifts can you use to allow to rise within you? What gifts? Oh, no, 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 no. You know what? Soul growth. The possible transformation if you say yes to initiation. What is the possible transformation if the collective says yes to initiation? What are the possible transformation if the collective says yes to initiation? What are the possible transformations for the soul's growth if the collective says yes to initiation? Thank you so much, Divine. This one came out, but I was going to put it back, and it's like, no. Okay. So, the soul's growth, the possible transformation if one says yes to initiation. This is so beautiful. It says, not forgetting, messages from spirit, unbroken connections, ancestral messages, connections, belonging, and asking for help. Creativity, expressive, creative expression, and trust your vision. And then the singing stones. So if you say yes to initiation, you are able to transmute your vibration and use your voice. So this is literally you opening up all of your chakras. Your crown chakra, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plex, your heart chakra. And this is you also remembering that what you were ideally incarnated to do, after a, like after, I don't want to say like a terrible death, but also like a spiritual death as well too. Like what you were rebirthed to do. This is what you are saying yes to. Okay? You are saying yes to the ancestral messages, the guidance that's been given and passed down from generation to generation from your high vibrational ancestors, not the lower vibrational ancestors. These are high vibrational ancestors, okay? These are literally 2, 4, 5 generations back. It doesn't necessarily mean like this is, these are ancestors that have long been forgotten that you don't even call on. Okay, these aren't new, fresh ancestors. This isn't your grandmother or your mom or your dad or anything like that. These are ancestors before those ancestors. Okay, these are the ones that put in that hard work. All right, the ones that created stability for you. All right, and then you're also being initiated into a creative path that you haven't touched. So this is new found groundwork. You're creating something or wanting to create something that you may have thought about before, and you never just like took a leap out on faith. You was like, I don't know how to create this. Like I have this dream of owning a restaurant, and I've never owned anything in my life. I've always been a worker. Matter of fact, I just love cooking for my family. I don't even really cook outside of my house. So this is like you creating something from a dream that you have. And even someone could also be creating something artistic, something with some artistic value. Okay. So this is like you using your hands of some sort. Someone could also be writing a book or creating a movie. I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah. I do know what that means, but yeah, someone could be writing a book that's going to turn into a movie or somehow. Okay. And then the singing stone, there's a writer, there's someone that uses their voice to heal people. This can also be a siren of some sort, like a good siren. It's no bad siren. You can connect with the motherland, you can connect with La Siren, with the water, mermaids of some sort or whatnot. You feel very called to the ocean. This is like you being able to sing and use your voice to heal people. And there's also a song that's constantly replaying in your mind or whatnot. That spirit is saying like maybe you need to listen to this. Like listen to music on Sundays and Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you just like, yeah. Spirit is saying, use your voice to sing the song that's in your heart. Someone has a really good voice too. What gifts can you use to allow to arise within? What gifts is the collective being called to use to rise to initiation? What gifts? Thank you so much, Divine. This is the card. Temple, prayer, meditation, mantras, the wisdom within, quarantine, external noise. Okay, so this is definitely like meditation. Your gift to be able to connect with divine on a whole nother level. The temple is a place to commune with the sacred. The temple is, this card doesn't discriminate. The temple in this card doesn't discriminate. All are welcome here. Ah. You know what's crazy is that this morning while I was talking to Divine after the dream and Divine is talking to me, right? I was like, maybe I need to go to a temple. Maybe I need to go to a temple. And I get this fearful energy that comes up, and I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go tomorrow or Tuesday. Come on, Ace. To a temple. I get this fearful energy about going to a Indian temple because I'm a black woman that practice Hinduism, that practice that practice or whatnot. And I just kept hearing like the mother does not discriminate. Like, you're there to see the mother. You're not there to see people. Like, period. And the mother wants you to step into a temple. So someone definitely gifts of, and then like my deity is an outcast. My actual deity that has given me all of my, like, that really just woke me up to what I practice, like, is Matanji, and she is the outcast. Like, this is crazy. So it says stepping into the temple is the act of going in, of not looking to external world or outside forces for guidance, instead of accessing the wisdom that has always been available for us deep within. The temple card invites us to prioritize the relationship that we have with ourselves, to cultivate a daily and even moment by moment practice of going in. Of course, we don't need to be inside a physical temple to do this. Confirmation. Maybe I'm not going to the temple, okay? Maybe it was me saying, okay, well, oh yeah, because I told y'all that it's inside. The devotion is inside. Okay, the devotion is inside. So that was all a distraction. That was a distraction. If you feel called to go to the temple, go to the temple. If you don't, don't. Just know that the devotion is inside. Thank you so much for that. Real quick. You can access the wisdom within right now by placing your hand on your heart and breathing in and out deeply. You can access the temple within the gazing into your own eyes in the mirror. You can access the temple within by watching the sun rise. You can access it by sharing a breath with another. Only you hold the key to the temple within. This card is simply your prompt to remember that you do. To remember that you do. How are you being called to quarantine the external noise and connect with the wisdom within? All right. Through your creativity, that's how you're being called. Through your creativity, and then also by song and meditation. And you know what's at the bottom of the deck? Sanctuary in reverse. So this is not a temple outside of yourself. And this is all what I was getting earlier in meditation. This is all what I was getting in meditation. I'm like, maybe I need to go to a temple. Maybe I need to tell people to go to a temple. I don't know, like to go to church or something like that. You know, like a spiritual temple. Have somebody lay hands on you. But Spirit just said, take your hand to your heart and lay hands on yourself. So that's the confirmation. And then this is also, you know, your ancestors, like I said, these are ancestors. These messages are ancestors from generations back. This is soul growth. Okay. I asked, how does the spirit need to grow right now? And it's remembering they didn't have access to the church. These 5, 6 generations back, 10 generations back, they didn't have access to temples, and they praised where they were. And so Spirit wants you to remember that, to not forget that energy. I took Ace off my lap. He literally just breathed in deeply. Go. Okay. So this is you accessing the temple within yourself and transmuting your vibration and using your voice to talk to divine. And know that harmony and balance and commitment is something that's within you, and you have to break the cycle of feeling as if you need something outside of yourself when divine is already within. And we are our ancestors. Because we just reincarnate and just keep reincarnating onto this earth until we get it right. All right. So that is, he be having an attitude. He has an attitude. Okay. He literally just did a whole huff like, but I just moved him off my lap. But I don't want to keep touching him and then I touch my eyes and my allergies act up. Because I'm doing good today. I took my allergy medicine. It's cold as heck in here because my husband has it on 40 degrees, I'm sure. And I have these shorts on, so it's super cold in here. Yeah, I was looking at some of these temples too. I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna comment. It ain't my place to comment. But I was like, oh my goodness. Everything costs money. It costs money to go outside. Like, why? Why does it cost so much to go outside? Like, why? Why? Why does it cost so much to go outside? Like, I was sitting in a parking lot, and I'm like, I spent $125 sitting in the parking lot. I'm like, how? Like, why? Why? And then that was the other thing too. I'm like, I don't be worried about, yeah, I promise y'all, I do not be worried about like how much money I be spending for real. I be like, but I also was sitting there telling myself like, I don't want to go to work Monday and Tuesday. I really don't want to go to work Monday and Tuesday, but my husband gonna be mad if I call in, if I let somebody. And that's the trick of the enemy. Like, I feel like my job want me to call in Monday and Tuesday. Like, they testing my patience. I just need to find another job. Cause I'm not gonna stay where I'm unappreciative. I don't want to stay around negative energy. So I'm also, I'm talking to Divine about like, how do I work through this energy? Like, how do I work through this energy without hexing anybody? Like, let me just be honest. Like, without hexing anybody. Cause any job that I ever work and it be like weird shit happening, I don't hex the people. I don't do that. I don't hex people. But I'll be like, it's either me or you. It's either me or you. Okay? And you will get another job too. I will. I will. I know I am. I just gotta figure out like I really like cooking. I really like cooking. And I like I'm in a small place and I cook for the same people for days going forward. So I just kind of want to interact with the same people all the time. Like I think people need to constantly eat my food in order to receive the healing. And so I'm like, that's the type of energy I want. But I don't like people mistreating other people. And I have to witness it. I don't like that. I don't like that. And my bosses mistreat people. You fulfill your mission. I really do. I really do. I really do. I really am trying to, but I don't like the mistreatment of other people or me. Me, I can handle it, but I don't like to see injustice happening with other people, and I don't like I read people energy. I don't like nasty energy, and I everything done in the dark comes out. I just figured something out, and I'm just like, oh, snakes. It's a snake in my boot, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. But I'm really just like listening to Spirit, and Spirit told me like, I gave you this job. I'm like, but you also gave that motherfucker the job too. And like, well, whoever abusing it need to go. Run, because you can't save everybody. Yeah, but I need another job before I quit this job. I need another job before I quit this job. And I need to quit it correctly because I like my coworkers. Like, I like the other people that I work with. I don't want to just leave them high and dry and then I just go. So anytime that I leave a place, I always like, I don't want that for me. Because I have a business. I have a cooking business. I don't want anybody to just leave. Okay, end the contract with love. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to end the contract with love. Yeah. We have our regional manager coming in because I didn't stir the pot. And so we have our regional manager coming in. I'm just gonna talk honest with him and see where that goes. I asked to be moved to a different shift, even though I don't want to be on that shift for real. But it'd be beneficial for my family and for my heart. But there's nobody on that. It's nobody on that shift that want to move it, and he don't want to move me. But on my shift, I have experienced sexual harassment. I have experienced discrimination. I have been called names. I'm getting bullied, basically, like all of that stuff. And justice will prevail. Oh my goodness, because everything is monitored and recorded with me. Everything. Like I take screenshots online and all that stuff. I'm even worse in person. Like I record everything. In the state of Texas, you can record as long as you're a part of the conversation. You don't have to let the other person know that they're being recorded. As long as you're a part of the conversation. So, and because I have a business, I keep track of emails. Like everything. I keep. See, no, you can't flip their car. Ace. Can't flip their cars. Some of them don't even have cars because they be fucking with. Because they be fucking with me. They don't even have cars. Like, see? And then the crazy part is they lose their car and then I'm such a sucker. I'll be like, yeah, I'll give you a ride. My husband shut that down. He was like, hell no, can't nobody ride in the car. That's my car. Can't nobody ride in the car. No. You let somebody ride in the car, you're gonna need a car. Say what? Okay. Well, let me not let nobody ride in the car. No. So that worked out. He's like, no, absolutely not. He like, these people don't even like you. That'd be the thing. He real honest. He be like, these people don't like you. Don't do nothing for nobody that don't like you. I'd be like, how you know? He be like, I know. And then boom, come to find out, months later, these people don't even like you. They jealous. They talk about me because I pulled backwards. Cause I pulled backwards into the car, into the parking spot. My um my district manager called me a gypsy because I wear my hair wrapped at work. He called me a gypsy. They said that I was still in time, and so I told them I had to let them know. They said I was still in time because they said that I clock in, and then I don't come in. I don't come in until I'm like super late. But they was like I clock in first. So I had to let them know I'm late all the time and I don't clock in until I hit the door. Like, I'm like, please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I don't steal time. So what I told them was stop stealing my time. Y'all clock me out for a break every day that I don't take. Stop stealing my time. You're stealing my time. So I had to shut that down. Like, you're stealing my time. I'm not stealing your time. I don't take breaks. I cook. I cook all the way through. I do a lot of stuff. I don't clean. I don't cook in a dirty kitchen. So I come in cleaning dishes. Like, I don't cook around dirt and mess. Like, it's no manifestation that can happen in a dirty kitchen. So I come in, I take out my trash. Me and the dishwasher, we get there at the same time. But usually when he come in, the day shift be then, they just petty. They just petty. And it's a lot of things that need to change. And because I'm young, I'm younger than all of them there. I'm not even young, but I'm younger than all of them there. They be like, oh yeah, Lexi this, yeah, Lexi that. It's only the management though, because I make them look bad. Because I know how management shit's supposed to go. And so, like, they had my taxes all fucked up. And then he was like, well, it's nothing I can do about the taxes. I literally told him how to fix my taxes. I'm like, hey, this is what you need to do. You need to give me a W-4 form. Let me fill it out and give me the address to send it back. I'm going to send them my tax form in person, like, through the mail. He was like, I don't think I can do that. So I had to fix my taxes myself. I'm like, they some haters. They some haters. They want me to pay back taxes. It's me waking back up. Okay. The first video cut off too. Right after I finished the first reading. It cut off. The spirit. Right before I tapped into Cali money. Cali money. Okay? Cali money. So, and then like the things that I'm manifesting and stuff, I'm not going to be at this job forever. And it's just, like right now, it's no room for, physical growth. Spiritual growth is a lot of room for spiritual growth. I'm growing spiritually in that kitchen. It's a lot of room. It's all types of spirits that I have cleared out of there because it's a hospital. People died in there. One of the ladies that used to cook there, she worked there for 35 years, and they always saying, I'm not her, I'm not her. I'm not gonna say what her name is, but they be like, I'm not her, I'm not her. And I'm just like, y'all could never be her. This lady did so much. This lady did so much. Like, I see her cleaning the tables all the time. I see her, like, through the building and stuff. I see her all the time. She be turning the fires up on the stove. I be like, okay, all right, Miss Lady, leave my fires alone. It's so funny. But everybody, all the old ladies that work there and stuff, they keep hugging me, and they be like, Lexi, please don't quit. Please don't quit. But I told them, like, y'all not about to play with my food. Y'all not about to play with my food. Y'all not about to play with my spirit. You turn your back and somebody put, what is it, pork bacon fat, bacon grease in your food, and like you don't cook with that, you don't even let the people know that there's pork inside of this, like, and like it's a flavor enhancement. Since when is bacon grease a flavor enhancement? And like, you don't have no salt in your food. I'm like, these is drug and alcohol rehab recovery. I have salt in my food. I flipped it over my shoulder. Like, when I was clearing out them evil spirits. Like, it's just a lot of unnecessary retardedness. And I'm just really sick of it. But I'm just like, Spirit told me to be patient. They told me to be patient, and they told me to find something that is in line with. And I think, like, now, I kind of just, like, I want Spirit to give me a job that pays enough money that I still can, because what I do with my check, I do a lot of giving back with my check. And so, I'm like, I just need some more money so I can give back some more. And I need better hours. I need to be off Tuesdays and Fridays. These people with these bad energies, I'm going to expose them. Because all calls is monitored and recorded for quality assurance and purpose. They're not releasing. They are so not releasing control. They switched the menu because I wanted to cook something, and I was like, I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna just cook. Like, I ain't about to do all that. And then they switched the menu around. So when they switched the menu around, which would have been this Friday, when they switched the menu around, and I came in, and she had already seasoned the food, and they was like, oh, you can make the salmon. Man, I called HR. I'm like, these people hired me. They knew I was allergic to seafood, and they telling me to make the salmon. The lady was like, no, absolutely not. We cannot. If anything happened to you, we're not going to be liable. We're not going to take that liability. They're not going to take that liability. They're going to literally lie, because that's all they do is lie. I was sitting in a meeting with them, and they called somebody else down from another hospital to sit in a meeting with me. And while I was sitting in the meeting, I was like, you are lying. The lady looked like this, like, I was like, you're lying. You're lying. You're literally lying. And I was like, I just really can't sit here. I got up and got something to drink, and then he was like, the meeting is over. He was like, if you have a problem, then you could just call, he was like, if you have a problem, you can call HR. I said, bet. I went right out the door and called HR. And then he was like, if you call in because because you don't want to be here, or because you're stressed, or because you feel threatened, or whatever the case is, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to write you up. I said, so you're threatening me. You're threatening to write me up if somebody is messing with my mental health. You're threatening to write me up. Is that what you're doing? And he was like, I'm telling you right now. So that's why I was like, I really want to call in Monday and Tuesday, because I don't want to work with this person. Because it's really affecting my mental health. It's affecting my mental, my spiritual, and my physical health. Because, like, I don't be handling disrespect in person. Like, people disrespect me online all the time, right? And y'all see me pop off. But, like, in person, somebody disrespecting me to my face and lying on me, it really does something so wild to my hand. Like, my hand was shaking. Like, it was shaking. Like, it was almost like, it's gonna be a smackdown. It's gonna be a smackdown. My hand was shaking. That I had to get up, and I was like, let me get something to drink. And then he was like, you're not even listening to me. I was like, you're not my daddy. Like, you're not my dad. You're not. And I couldn't even use my dad, but, like, I was like, I can hear you. You're talking loud enough. I can hear you. But my hand was shaking, especially, like, they was sitting there lying. They was lying so hard. And then, like, the thing is, like, I probably be the only person that speak up, because people is scared of retaliation, because they always threaten to write people up. And I had to tell them, like, do y'all not read the handbook? Like, do y'all not read the handbook? Like, it's either I want to find another job, or I want them to fire me. Like, fire me. What are you going to fire me for? Like, they fire people. They said that this man that was working with me, my last kitchen partner, he was all right. He was a Gemini. He was all right. He was crazy. But he ended up getting into it with a patient. The patient called him a little bitch. And he ended up getting into it with the patient. And it was really about a piece of cake. Because we only give people one piece of cake, right? The cake is so fucking good. I eat like 3 of them in the shift, all right? If somebody asks me for a piece of cake, I don't give a fuck. They paying mad money. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give them a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. I don't care. It's not my cake. I don't care. And the guy had asked for an extra piece of cake. And my kitchen partner was like, no. Like, the person that I'm serving with, he was like, nah, you already got a piece. He was like, somebody else gave me that cake. I was like, give him a piece of cake. Like, give him the cake. He was like, no, he can't have the cake. So he called him a little bitch or whatever. The patient called him a little bitch. So when the patient turned away, he did like this. My kitchen partner did like this, right? I just ignored it. I kept serving. I'm like, move on with the line. Because we cook and then we serve. And then that day, it was prior to that, my kitchen partner had said, I'm not washing no motherfucking dishes. He was like, he not washing no damn dishes. He didn't say motherfucking. He was like, I'm not washing no damn dishes. And the boss had heard him. He heard him say that he wasn't washing dishes. But in reality, shit, that's how you feel. I say it all the time. I'm not washing dishes, but I'm also not going to cook in the dirty kitchen. So if the kitchen is dirty, I'm going to start cleaning up anyway, right? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. They'll go clean what they need to use, and that's it. Me, I'm like, it need to be a significant low amount of dishes in the dish room. From where I work at, I can see the dish room. I don't want to see dirty dishes. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It gives me this negative energy when the kitchen is not clean and this shit happening. And so he was like, I'm not washing no dishes. And the boss heard him say that, and he was mad that the guy didn't want to wash dishes. And so basically that's what I feel like he got fired from. But they say it was because he didn't do the temperature log. But to me, I'm like, the management always done the temperature log. If not the management, me. I do the temperature log. Whoever I'm cooking with, I always make sure that the temperature log is done, except when I'm working with the manager. If I'm working with the manager, I'm not touching the temperature log, because it's not my side. I work front of the line, and I'm the person that works in the front never does the temperature. The person that works in the back does the temperature and switch out the trays and all that stuff. So it's just how it's been, but it's no written thing about that. And so that's what they say that they fired them from. But then they wanted, but the reason why they had to go with that idea is because they asked me to make a statement since I was on the line with the guy. They needed an excuse, and that was his last time. Yes, that was his first and last time acting up. To me, I feel like it could have been corrective action that could have taken place, because them patients, they cuss us. Let me not say they cuss us out, because I ain't never got cussed out. I ain't never had no problem with no patient, except I had somebody put their hand under the thing and get a piece of cake. And I was like, don't do that. Man, you contaminated all my food. Don't do that. Don't reach over my food to get a piece of cake. Like, all you got to do is just wait for everybody to be served, and then I'm going to start handing these bitches out like they food stamps. Like, I give everything. Like, I always have extra everything. When it's my shift and I'm serving, we're not running out of anything. Like, just don't do that. Just have patience. And so they yeah, that was the reason why he really got fired. I don't know why you want to be that way anyway. Ace is so silly. So yeah, they wanted me to make a statement, and I was like, I'm not comfortable making a statement. He had asked me all weekend. He was like, can you write a statement? Can you say that he did this, he did that? No, I'm not. I said, I'm not comfortable saying that, because to me, I feel like that wasn't enough. Now, after he left, he did make a whole bunch of threats and stuff. That's because he was getting pushed out the door. But they sneaky. They sneaky. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, shit, I really don't want to make a statement on him, because who y'all gonna put in the kitchen with me? Another, like, somebody that's lazy? At least the Gemini, he was trainable. And that was the other thing. I'm like, if y'all gonna have me working with somebody, y'all need to let me train them. So the kitchen partner that I have now, I actually asked for her, because she was picking up shifts. I actually asked for her because I make a mess in the kitchen, and she don't really like cook. And so basically what we do is, she know that I'm gonna basically cook everything. Not cook everything, but she gonna prep it, I'm gonna cook it, and it's gonna look like we cooking together. Then we gonna clean up together. Like, I keep the stove clean. And I have a like an actual barbecue grill. I keep that clean, and where I'm at, I keep all that clean. But her, she got OCD. She used to clean, I don't know what she used to clean, but she got OCD. And so I blink my eyes and my trash is out, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we moving and working here. And so my manager, she be complaining about shit, just unnecessary stuff. I'm like, bitch, go sit down in the office and watch a movie like you do. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. So, yeah. She's sneaky. I just found out apparently she be going back saying that I don't be having the food ready and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's a lie. I said, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take pictures of when I get done with the food. I'm going to take pictures of when I get done with the food. I'm going to take pictures of when the line is set up. Like, these people, they be in there. I was like, y'all play too much. And she was like, no, you play too much. I was like, yeah, I'm about to show you how deep I play too. Because it's like, nobody trusts these spiritual gifts that I have. Like, I went back and listened to my readings. Like, when Spirit be telling me, she said, well, why can't people just leave others? And I don't know. When Spirit be telling me, like, there's something bothersome in the energy, I will literally go on my page and be like, let me go find a reading and see how this applies to me. And at first I thought it was all, I literally was feeling like it was all good in the hood. I was like, man, I like my job. I like how this is going. And then I kept getting this inkling. The month of October, I said I need to be on time all of October. I said this at the 1:37 on the clock too. I said I need to be on time all of October because I could possibly be having a bump in with management. And I said that in September. I was like, I'm going to try to be on time in October. I was looking at the transits. I was looking at what was happening. And it's that Jupiter and Saturn energy. Saturn being in Pisces and Jupiter being in Gemini and Cancer for October. And I'm like, it's ping ponging between Gemini and Cancer, Jupiter. So that means that my mouth is on me having 999 placements in Jupiter energy, and then my Pisces moon, okay, being activated. I'm like, this right here is gonna get me, it's gonna get me in trouble if I don't balance it out. So I was like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make sure I'm on time for work, because that's gonna be my Jupiter is in Cancer. That's activated right now. That's activated right now. Anybody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you really feel this Jupiter energy maximizing in your chart. Whatever house you have Jupiter in, I have it in the 5th house. Okay? Which is all about work, creativity, what I'm trying to create. And the anti-energy, the shadow energy of Jupiter is either I create or destroy something. I also have Mars there as well too with my Jupiter energy. So I'm either creating something or I'm going to destroy something. And I'm like, I just want to destroy this false foundation. Really, Ace? Really? Y'all can't see him, but he literally just came up under me and jumped all the way to my couch. He's doing a marathon here. So yeah. So it's either I'm going to create something or I'm going to destroy something. And so, and I've been seeing a lot of crashes on the freeway. Let me see what Mars is in. Libra. Wow, 24 degrees too. Yeah. You know what? I ain't even gonna look at it in nothing else. Yep. Yeah, Mars is in Libra, so it's definitely a lot of justice being served too. He has to. Really? Really? I'm not playing with you. We're not playing peekaboo. We're not playing peekaboo. We're not. We're not. We're not playing peekaboo. No. You ready to go to sleep? You want to go to sleep? Come on, I'm going to rock you to sleep. I'm rocking you to sleep. He's purring. You going to sleep. It's nighty time. I know he probably like, girl, it's time for you to go to sleep. Get out my bedroom. Okay, you're gone. You bit me. Go. Ace, be gone. You are so bad. So, yeah. Just calm down and relax. Ace, you feel like you losing weight, man. You getting smaller? Is you getting smaller? Let me see. Is you getting, just feel like he getting smaller. Are we not feeding you enough? The 4 times a day you eat is not enough? Oh my goodness. Is my cat losing weight? Let me see. Let me lift you up. Oh my goodness. You feel smaller. You feel smaller, Bear Bear. That's what I'm saying. You don't even look like a tiger right now. You look small. Okay, your little teeth still hurt. You be running around too much. He eat like 4 times a day though. But I did switch his I switched his cat food. I did. He was eating kitten food for a long time, but he be eating it too fast. And so I bought him some adult food. He be eating that shit too fast too. I don't think he be chewing his food. And I ain't gonna tell all your business, but I'll have to go check you out. You supposed to be a big cat. I want a big chunky cat. I don't want no tiny cat. I like chunky babies and chunky animals. Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. You lick me? That's too much. That's too much. I don't know. They be so greedy. I gotta check tomorrow and see if the cats ate the food I bought them. That's so sweet. You bought some cats some food? Oh, the cats. You and Amazing Grace was talking about a black cat. One of y'all's cats then went away, and another one then showed up. Both black cats. I was like, let me find out that cat is jumping between the rounds, because y'all ain't even nowhere. Y'all ain't nowhere near each other. Y'all ain't nowhere near each other. And I'm like, let me find out this cat be jumping through the rhymes and stuff. I only seen Ace in my dream one time. Like one time. I was like, what is he doing here? Just one time. Ace, can you come into my dreams? He like, girl, you be doing the most. Can you come into my dreams, Ace? Not the stanky side eye. All right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. I gotta get up. I gotta be on time for this job tomorrow. And my husband about to get up and go to work. So I'm about to go cuddle up under him real quick for like the last hour of his day. I need to find me a new job though. That's my goal. It's either that or no, I need the money. I need the money. We got a goal. We have like a goal set. So a family of 4 where we're trying to take a vacation, like the plane tickets is so high. They so high. And then plus I still want to be able to give back. And I got to be able to afford the plane tickets myself, because I think I'm the only person that really want to go. Like I want to go to Germany, but I'm the only person that really want to go. So only way that they gonna be able to go, only way they gonna be up to going if I be like, hey y'all, I bought the tickets. So yeah. It's either that or I just got to continue to do a lot of charity work so that I can get the Divine Mother over here. Mother Mirror. Trying to get her over here. Because I want to experience her Dashna. Okay. And she's so beautiful. Like, it's her eyes. It's her eyes. I always catch her lives too, but I got her turned on notification, but when I caught her live today, it was 777 people watching it. $777 people. So. And then this is a painting that she drew. The Divine Mother with Mr. Reddy. Look at that. Can you see the mother? And then the spirit. Yeah. They stand out just like that. I'm telling you, when I see her, it's so crazy because when I see her, I see Mandurga, but I also see Lakshmi in her. And like on my altar, where I have her picture, like no matter where I sit, her eyes hit me. Like they always hit me. I be like, this, and they follow me. No matter which way I turn the picture, it's like when I'm praying at the altar, I see her looking at me. I don't know how I'm gonna wear my hair to work tomorrow. I think I'm gonna put in some braids. Okay, Ace. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later. Don't forget to check out the first video in the very first half of this live. Thank y'all. It's late. Go to bed, y'all. Go to bed. Let's get some rest. Okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Love y'all. Have a great day tomorrow on purpose. Okay? Don't let nobody steal y'all energy, y'all joy. Okay. Confirmation.